As quick and skillful with his words as a soccer player with the ball, Fouine is one of the most popular rappers in France. His latest album, Fouine vs La Uni, is a double platinum disc in France, which is the equivalent of the Ballon d'Or for a footballer. Fouine comes from Trappes, a town where another champion grew up, Nicolas Anelka. And when you ask him who his favourite champion is, Fouine doesn't hesitate for a second.
I really like Anelka. I like his career record. You see, there are ups and downs. He played here, and he signed up with big clubs, and then he signed up with somewhere in Turkey, I think. And then he got back to the top with Chelsea. It's not a bad career record.
Nicolas Anelka, often called French football's bad boy, has had a turbulent career. After starting out in 1996 with Paris Saint-Germain, he played for Arsenal, for Real Madrid, for Fenerbahce, for Bolton, and finally, since 2008, for Chelsea. It is with the London Blues that the French player was able to relaunch his career until his infamous 2010 World Cup and the French fiasco. According to Fouine, Anelka and the other players aren't the only ones to blame.
First of all, you don't put international players into positions they aren't used to playing in. You need a real game plan. You see, if not, there's not much point in having a coach or a selector. If they don't put the right people in the right places, if there isn't a proper strategy, I think that they're all good players. It just wasn't their day, that's all.
Apart from Anelka, another distinguished player for Fouine is Zinedine Zidane, the world and European champion and Ballon d'Or.
Zinedine Zidane, in my mind, he's the best player in the world. When Zidane scored those 2 goals for France in '98, he fired the imagination of the whole world. And all of France, too.
12th of July 1998, France beat Brazil in the World Cup final. Zinedine Zidane scored 2 of the 3 goals that gave France their first chance of winning the World Trophy. This provokes other memories for Fouine.
I had just gotten out of prison the same day. I went to the Champs-Élysées while in the morning I was in my cell. That evening I was on the Champs-Élysées celebrating the victory.
If Fouine ardently represents Trappes, the town where he grew up, he is also proud of his Moroccan roots, and he is a fan of 2 great Moroccan players.
I've always admired Mustafa Hadji, and nowadays I really like his younger brother, Youssouf Hadji.
During the 90s, Mustafa was one of the greatest Moroccan football stars. He played for AS Nancy, Sporting Lisbon, and also for Coventry FC. With the Moroccan team in the 1998 World Cup, he was an impressive player, which earned him the African Ballon d'Or. His brother Youssouf has also been a brilliant player for the Moroccan team, especially during the 2004 Africa Cup of Nations, but also in Ligue 1 with his beloved AS Nancy. As well as that, last year Fouine took part in a match for an association alongside Mustafa Hadji.
I was so proud to play with Mustafa Hadji. The match was created for an association called Chanter le Foot. I'm one of the sponsors. I go there 4 or 5 times a year to play in a match, to collect a little money, either for kids who are ill or for the Resto du Cœur. So we often organize football matches, and we often invite celebrities to come and play with us.
Sporting celebrities for whom Fouine has a profound respect. In his mind, the sacrifices that sports demands are the same as those asked for in music.
You have to train all the time to stay at the top. You have to keep challenging yourself, and then you wait for the results. So there's a lot of stress involved, a lot of pressure. I think it's the same. It's the same in the way that we don't get a lot of sleep.
Sport and music, hardly restful careers. Certainly not for Fouine. If he wants to stay at the top like his idols, he's got a lot more goals to score.